Ah, good rising and evening, wherever you are on the planet. Lotus, I'm talking to you over in India. I know you're out there, sending a big hello to you today. And I know I have a bunch of friends over in India. So hello and good rising to you and great day upon you. For my friends who are in England, and it's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Hello to you. This is Radiance. Tonight I'm super low key because of snowpocalypse that happened outside. So my wrists are a little sore, my back's a little sore. A lot of pushing today to try to get people out and helping people out. Apparently people forget how to drive in snow on a regular basis. And that's rather comical. A little bit. It's a little comical. So I really have a blast with driving in snow. I really appreciate learning how to drive in snow because you never know where you're going to end up. Like you could be turning the wheel this way. It's kind of like life, right? You turn your wheel this way and you're like, I think we're going. I think you're going. And then your tail is like, no, we're not going that way. We're going to go the other way. And you're drifting across the road. And that's how I feel life has been for me for like, oh, a good year. I think I've got it mapped out. And then you're turning the wheel and then you're just kind of sitting there waiting for whatever's going to show up. And hopefully you stay on the road. May not always be the case though. How you doing out there? Check in with me, drop a line, drop some messages. I'm happy to take some, do some reading tonight and go over like, how's everything in your world? Usually I'm kind of behind cameras and stuff over in the studio, and I don't necessarily get a chance to have direct connection because it's going into my ear. And so, but I'm here right now. So if you got questions and you'd like some feedback and some other perspectives, I am all about other perspectives. I am way out there on other perspectives. Like I am the person who can find like a shift in just about anything where people are like, how did you even think about that? It's because I was on the outside of society for such a long time. And I've really had to learn how to map and navigate in order to kind of enter back into what we consider society and polite society. I remember sitting the one night, I know I haven't even introduced myself or anything yet. We'll get to that. I remember being in England the one night and we're in this big fancy mansion, manor house or something. I don't know what they call them. Well, I do know. It's a manor house. So I should be proper about it. So anyway, I'm sitting at this big banquet table and I'm sitting next to the owner of this company. And so he's teaching me how to use my utensils, right? The upside down, or for them, it's the correct side because we're improper. But anyway, teaching me, how to use the knife and fork correctly. Very lovely of him. So as we're sitting there, I'm asking him all these questions and I'm trying to like gently eat the food that's in front of me. I wasn't used to that kind of food. It was, I don't know what they were serving that night. Clearly I got sidetracked. So anyway, I've got this happening. Good conversation. And I'm asking him all of these detailed questions because that's what I do. I'm great at detailed questions. And so about midway through our conversation, he stops and he looks around and then he looks at me. He's like, who are you? I was like, hi. And I introduced myself and he's like, how are you here? Right? That, my friends, that is how I get into all kinds of places. I just kind of appear like a little fairy godmama. And then I sit there and I ask lots of questions. So he's like, I have told you more about my life than I think I've ever told anyone. Like that, only he said it with a British accent, right? It was really fun, So as I'm kind of like, as my perspective and my ability to see things from a far different vantage point and viewpoint really helps to bring a lot of curiosity to the table. Like, have you considered this? Have you considered that? So tonight, if you do have something that you'd like to drop in with, then please let me know, because I'm happy to answer some questions. And hopefully it'll come through StreamYard, because I kind of put it out to all those locations, and hopefully I'll be able to address those for you. I am Radiance Tyler from Lighthouse Effects. I'm grateful to be on the Spirituality Gone Wild channel this evening. And I come to you every Sunday night, usually between 7 and 8 o'clock. I'm here for a good half hour. We just kind of drop in. Sometimes I have some tidbits. Mostly it's just me going through, my emotional health stuff and really building a desire and creating a space where people can show up out here on the campus mostly. But I also have online events that you're welcome to come in and join. I have one coming up on February 6th that you're welcome to check out. Drop me a note if you're interested in that. And then I have another course through Spirituality Gone Wild called Emotional Hygiene. Super funny. If you don't know what it is, it means you probably need it. Kind of like deodorant. The healthy kind, of course. And some people are like, I don't stink. And I'm like, you don't have to stink. That's not necessary. You don't even have to wait to get to that part. You can just have basic self-care. Don't have to wait till it gets into a stinky mess before you take a look at it. But hey, if you want to go down that road where life is falling apart and you're like, what just happened back there? If you want to wait that long, you're welcome to. I'm still here and I'm going to be here unless you know something that I don't, in which case let me know. So today, every time I drop in with a couple of songs, because I'm all about musicians and helping to support musicians so that we can reach communities on a much bigger level with a lot more resources. So I drop in with a song and we're going to go over that next. I wish I had a little Muppet to take me over to the song. All right. Okay. This first song, some of you may relate to this past year and a half. And funny enough, the song starts out with, ha! I don't care about your past. This song is Cold Sweat by James Brown. I don't care about your past. I just want our love to last. I don't care, darling, about your faults, because I just want to satisfy your pulse. When you kiss me, when you mess me, hold my hand, make me understand, I break out in a cold sweat. I don't care about your wants. I just want to tell you about the do's and don'ts. I don't care about the way you treat me, darling. I just want you to understand me, honey. When you kiss me and when you miss me, you hold me tight, make everything all right. I break out in a cold sweat. Mercy on me. Come on now. Put it where it is at now. Boy, that was terrible. I'm not trying to be. I love James Brown. So please, listen to the song. But those are the lyrics. So how often are you in this cold sweat, but not from a place of woo, cold sweat, but a panic cold sweat? How often are you hitting that wall these days? Or are you just kind of gliding through, the surfer? I hung out with a lot of surfers when I lived out in Cali, and there's this mindset of everything is just really relaxed. And I suppose if on a regular basis you get pounded by waves and you're kind of tumbling through, if that's happening on a regular basis and life throws you a curveball at any other point when you've just faced your death on a regular basis, then life really isn't much to be concerned about. I'm just going to slow down for a moment, and I would invite in some oxygen, just breathing in a bit and breathing in a bit more. I learned that new technique of, well, it's not a new technique, but I was learning it, where you breathe into the lower belly and then the chest and then up into the head, and doing that and really starting to slow down. I remember being out in the Bay Area a lot, and there was just so much going on all the time. and get into this place of my nervous system is so used to living this life at full on, like being a deer in the headlights, just like really frozen, panicked, and then getting to relax the body, chill out for a few minutes. And I've really appreciated that moving back out into the country, not quite the country, we're just outside the city limits. But I walk outside and I'm like, wow, I'm not living next to a 6-lane freeway at the moment. Wow, I'm not listening to traffic. And the nuances of life that start to unfold when I can hear things like birds. I've talked to many people who haven't even necessarily left their house in like a year. And I remember my mom, she was a character, big character. But that last year of her life, she became really paranoid about going anywhere. So she stayed inside the house. And her life grew smaller and smaller. And pretty soon you would just find her in 2 locations. One was out playing cards or reading. And then the second was curled up on her couch. So what are we doing to nourish relationships in order to start stepping out? And if you're not physically capable of going outside, what are the other areas of community that you can start reaching in? In about a little less than a month from now, I'm going to start offering a course, and it's 13 weeks where you can dive in and start to find community. There's beautiful communities out here. Out here in this space. I was just dropping in with a fun group that I've helped put together. It's called Speed Relating. And it's so beautiful. It's all these people from all over the place who don't know each other. And, speed dating is always like the swipe stuff or I don't speed date, but there's some app that's based on just like swiping. And this is the opposite of that. It's just sitting in and getting a bunch of people together who ask lots of fun questions and get into really deep conversations. So it doesn't have to be that one. Maybe you found something through Spirituality Gone Wild, like David Strickland, like Steve Weber. There's all kinds of wonderful, really fantastic shows on Spirituality Gone Wild, and all of those are their little communities. So how are you reaching out to really welcome people back into your heart? I could go down all kinds of rabbit holes on ways that we've been taught to kind of move away from each other, stop listening to each other. And it's going to take a real effort to push that stop button and to slow down and to turn around. How often are we going over to help neighbors in the snowstorm, help them get out? What is one thing that you can bring about this week that can reach out to somebody else and see if they need some help? Not asking them about political affiliation, not asking them about any of the other things the myriad of reasons that we could keep people at a distance. I think it's coming back into this place of centeredness. Because you look around now, it's like, hello, anybody? Hello, Anas. Well, need help. I need help. Well, you are welcome to ask your question, Anas, and I am happy to give some feedback on I know, that's my daughter when she was little, super cute. But yeah, please feel free to go ahead and ask your question, Anas. I'm happy to give some feedback where I can and some support where I can. I was in the studio this week and I got back into recording. And now that we have really expensive microphones, you can hear every detail. That aligns with life to me. That the longer that we start to understand, right? I remember there was a time when I was growing up and it was like, you don't air dirty people's laundry. Or is that what they would say? Anas, you can remove your comment or I will remove your comment for you and block you. So you can do that for yourself or I can help you. I would like you to do the adult thing and remove yourself from the conversation, but it's up to you, however you want to roll, my friend. Blessings. So, so with the microphone, we get into this microscopic world where everything can be pulled apart, right? Where we can look at everybody's dirty laundry, at every single piece, and take it all apart. And that's beautiful. I really, really, really love that when we're doing it for ourselves, when we're taking full ownership, when we're adulting. And adulting takes a myriad of ways to show up, right? It isn't waiting for other people to call us out. It's getting into this place of, wow, I could do this better. I can show up with more integrity. I can actually have the conversations that I'm really scared about having. And I can show up anyway with great vibrancy. And maybe I'll get some needs met. Maybe I'll find some boundaries. Maybe it'll get really messy. All of those things. So as we're moving forward, as society is like going into, thank you, Anas, thank you. I see that. Thank you. I accept your apology. Thank you. So as we go into this place of seeing all of the intricacies of society, all of the ways that all of our past history, each one of us coming into alignment here, calling in our ancestors, calling us into betterment, that it's asking for this place of what are we doing to replace all of that and to repair it. And what am I personally doing to show up in a way that's built in integrity, to own my emotions when I'm showing up? And a lot of people are like, I don't even want to look at that, right? I'd rather blame like everybody and everything. I don't want to look at my stuff. I just want to tell everybody else how terrible everything is. And it's possible. It's possible to slow down, to take all of those little pieces that we're projecting and stop, and then turn it back around and slow down. What's astounding about the brain and the chemicals that happen within the brain, the moment that any kind of safety is trespassed, then the brain is like, like a rabid dog, and it's ready to protect us. And it's ready to do whatever it can in order to make sure that we are safe. And that's really beautiful. But what are you picking, and what are we picking as a society in order to safely pull down those walls and then deeply begin the nourishment process and replenishment? So Anas, if you have a question in here, apart from your question that you had earlier, I would love to be able to offer some support and some answers to a question. So thank you for keeping it classy, and thank you for recognizing that you're speaking to a human on the other side of the screen. And I will answer whatever questions I'm able to answer if you keep it clean. Thank you so much. So the last part of tonight's show, as we're kind of rounding the corner here, is in the week to come, in the week that is before you. I want you to just take a few moments to recognize, where is your emotional energy this week? What are the outlets that are feeding you this week? We've gotten really great at recognizing fast food places that we know are feeding sugar to the population. We've gotten great at that. We're like, oh my gosh, it's all over the place, right? But the same thing is happening for us emotionally. There are millions, hundreds of millions, if not more, spent on marketing specifically for trauma bonding. And I want you to think about that. There are psychological, scientific reports that have been created specifically around trauma bonding. And if you don't know what trauma bonding is, this week, before you plug yourself in back into the sugar of emotional hygiene and like the spikes, take a few moments to look up trauma bonding. There has been a lot of money that is spent on marketing specifically for that area. In the same way that there was marketing research based around sugar, in the same way that it was made in order to keep food really inexpensive for people. I didn't say nourishment, I said food. So getting people to start looking at, where are we plugging in? What are we filling up with? And how quickly are we filling up? And is it nourishing you? Is it nourishing and replenishing your nervous system? Even as all of those other pieces are happening, even as you're like, but I need to stay awake and I need to stay alert and I need to stay aware. Yes, yes, all of those things. And how can you give back something beautiful to society this week? How can you live even with just one kind act of saying thank you to people this week? Like the person at the grocery store, right? Or the person who's delivering your food to the door. A genuine thank you. If you text people maybe a few encouraging words this week of, hey, I really see you. I really see your efforts, and I'm really grateful for you in my life. Maybe your dog. Maybe your dog's like, ah, like a good 10-minute rundown or something fun for your dog. Maybe you're not a people person. Maybe you're more like a cat person or a goldfish person or a tarantula person. So as the dismantling is happening, slowing down enough in order to create a space where we're replenishing. I just wanted to say thank you so much for being you, for getting here as far as you've come. Woo! It's quite a journey getting this far. If we were in a boxing ring, right, we're going to be like, come on, champ, you can do it. Just want to take off your gloves and lay down and make snow angels right there on the mat. Minus the snow. Maybe the snow would help us cool down a little bit. Slow down, tiger. It isn't the energy of being patronizing. It's the energy of we, human, in here, shifting just a little bit every day. Going out with gratitude as the sun is rising, or the fog, or the cloudiness. Just a few moments. Remember to breathe this week. Set your alarm clock for 3 times a day. Just drop in and catch your oxygen for the day. And your other homework assignment is plug in to something that's nourishing. Ask your nervous system, hey, nervous system, what can I do for you this week that really feels great for you for some good self-care? So again, you can join me February 6th. I have an event coming up. It is Marry Yourself. Woo! Here at Spirituality Gone Wild, I have another Marry Yourself event. I think it's the following week. I have some speed relating that you're welcome to take. That's really fun. It's a good group of people from all over the place. Just if you're wanting to get in and start to know people, that's super fun. And then at the end of February and the beginning of March, I'm starting a 13-week program that I welcome you to join so that we can start getting in and recognizing how do we build integrity within ourselves and how do we become responsible for ourselves, our energy, and being able to relate to others. Yes, I can certainly talk to you, Anas, about all of that. And you are welcome to drop in with me. I would love to be able to help you move through that in a really healthy manner. So we're going to end this evening with one more song. And this is really, again, about the unification of humanity, because in the end, I sense that that's where we're coming to. Love is but a song we sing, and the song is Get Together by the Youngbloods. I'd really love to hear what are your songs this week. Drop me a note. What does your playlist look like this week? Love is but a song we sing. Fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing and you may not know why. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go. He will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. Listen. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. It's the trying. I welcome you in to gain some more tools, to gain some more insights. Grab the course for emotional hygiene. Begin doing that inner journey. If you have anything else that you'd like to drop in with me, you know where to find me. Spirituality Gone Wild, Lighthouse Effects, here at the studio when you need to. If you know musicians who desire deep support and want to make an epic, dramatic change in their life in order to help support and resource their communities, please let me know about it, and please let them know about Silver Birch Studios. My great honor, and I cherish these moments with you. Thank you for allowing me into your heart space for a short period of time. May all roads lead you home. See you next week, beauties.